Western Dakota, as that sky clears and comes our way.
But in recent years, CCO Star has begun to flicker, although it is still far and away the #1 station. Its share of the audience has dropped from 50 to 25%, and that's a big drop by anyone's standard. A big drop that has sent the other 21 commercial stations in town scrambling in for the kill.
Within every soul, there exists the need to be free. KQ92. It's a spirit as elusive as fun itself.
Currently, in the middle of a 12-week rating period, Twin City radio stations are spending millions trying to get you to tune your dial to their frequencies. Because every time you tune that dial, money is changing hands.
Perfect. Move up your FM dial to WLOL, almost perfect radio.
If you've been watching TV lately, you have been seeing the radio war in living color, the likes of which the Twin Cities have never seen. Nearly a dozen stations are spending well over $1 million on flying saucers, giant radios, and animated sunshines, trying to get you to give their station a try.
KS95 FM.
Sooner or later, it had to happen.
If you want to relax.
Keep up with minute-by-minute changes in weather on static.
You may be wondering why so many stations are spending so much money to get you to listen. After all, when you start splitting up the pie 22 ways, the slices start getting pretty small. Well, you need not wonder any longer. Even a station that captures as little as 3% of the audience can gross over $1 million in sales and make a tidy little profit if the station is run right. Because listeners, if they are the right age, are a valuable commodity these days, especially, as Chuck Knapp of KS95 explains, if they fall between the ages of 25 and 54.
The advertising agencies of America have dictated that 25 to 54 is the single most powerful group of people in the country. They're establishing, like on the young end, the 25 to 34-year-olds are establishing brand preferences for the first time, or maybe haven't yet established brand preferences. And advertisers would like to influence these folks to buy their product. If you had to go for any one group that was the heaviest group in income and in spending, 25 to 54 wins.
By the way, KS95 is the other thing you can't leave out of a story about Twin Cities radio. KS95, more than any other station in the market's history, has begun to turn the tide against CCO. KS is the first FM station to capture 10% of the audience. It is now the #1 FM station and the #2 station overall. And by everybody's estimate, it's still coming on strong. Strong enough, perhaps, to force WCCO, for the first time in its history, to advertise its product on television.
I'd found the blonde's missing pooch, but the case left me with a ripped suit and a tattered ego. That's when I discovered Cannon on CCO.
Chuck Hartley, marketing specialist at WCCO, claims his station is not part of the ratings war and is only experimenting with the TV commercial. But when pushed a little further, he admits that WCCO is being forced into the competition.
So it's a little like buying insurance. There is so much advertising going on out there that we decided we would buy some insurance and put our name in that media as well.
But you've been drawn into the competition then?
Yes, we have. Mm-hmm.
So while WCCO claims it's just not into competing with other stations, you better believe they are. And while KS95 can call itself the #1 FM station, Chuck Hartley wants it known that CCO is still #1 overall.
We are the #1 station. If he wants to call himself the #1 music station, someone else wants to call himself the #1 traffic station, as long as it's apparent to everybody that we have more listeners than anyone by a large share, we're happy.
Okay. The results of the latest radio rating period won't be out for a couple of months yet, and we'll be sure to let you know who the victors and the casualties are.